Hello and welcome everyone to Coder Squared channel. Today we will be discussing about some built-in functions in Python as well as arithmetic operations on string. In the yesterday's session we have seen how to do arithmetic operations on different numbers. Today we will see what is string and how can we do arithmetic operations on string. So a string is always something inside a single quote or something inside a double quote. Suppose here I am writing one string, my name is John. So this is something called a string. Now if I run this, you can see its output is within single quotes. Now it is something called string literal. Now if I am, what is an addition operation on string is like if I remove this John from this string and I use plus and then John, then it will concatenate those two strings together and a single string, same output we will get. Now when I run control enter, we get the same output. But remember, you can only concatenate a string with a string. You cannot concatenate a string with a number. In fact, if I give 3 here, I will get type error. And the other type of arithmetic operation on string that is available is the multiplication or the asterisk operator. So if I put here some number, and multiplication within string is applicable only between a string and a number. If you put a string in the front and a number on the after that asterisk, then only you will get a valid output. Suppose I want this string to be replicated three number of times, so I just put my name is and then the asterisk symbol and then 3. This will replicate it 3 times, as you can see here. Suppose here if I put 2 here, this is a string and not a number, remember, so you will get 2 2 2, right? But when I multiply a number 2 with a 3, then the output would be different. It's a 6 because it's treated as a number and not a string. So in case it is a 2, then we will get 2 2 2. And also we have seen how we can do concatenation. Like if I want concatenation of two things, then also we can do, the output will be 23 in the first case. If I remove this and I run this, you can see 23. Now we will discuss what are built-in functions in Python. Python provides a lot of built-in functions for you which helps you perform your regular tasks without any problem. You do not have to write repetitive code again and again, so that they provide a number of functions that you can use. So we will discuss them one by one. So we are facing a problem right here. So when we are writing 2 commands and we are getting the output for the latest one only, we cannot get the 2 outputs. So how can we do to print both of these outputs to the terminal? We have to use the print function. Print function does is print a value, it may be a number, string or anything, to the output terminal or shell. Suppose I am doing here print and then I can use 2 and then plus and then 3. This will concatenate the 2 strings and it will print to the terminal. And this time I don't get these single quotes. It will print the exact result that we want. Now if I want to print 2 and then that will be multiplied by 3, I can do that also, and you can see I get both of the outputs. So that is the print function. We can pass arguments into it so that we can get the desired output. Again, moving on to the next function, which is a len function. Len function is used to calculate the length of a string or number of characters. It is used to return the total number of characters within a string. Suppose I am writing len and within that I am providing a string which is sample, and I'm running this and I'm getting output 6. So there are total 6 characters present here. So this is the len function. It will be very useful when we cover different topics in the later sessions. Then comes the abs function, which is the absolute, which returns the absolute value or modulus of a number. Suppose I am using print and then abs of absolute of 19, that will return me the value 19 as it is. Now if I use print and then absolute of a negative number, negative integer or a negative floating point number, then it will return the positive of that number. It works exactly as the modulus function in mathematics. Then we have the most important type function. It returns the type of the value or variable that is passed in the argument. So let's check what it can do. So if I do type and then I put 2, it will, suppose I am using a print and type of 2, and then it will provide me class of integer. So now I will try it with a different thing. Suppose I am here trying with football. Now this will provide me some class of string. It is an str. We will deep dive into what is class in later sessions, but for now know that this is type integer, this is type string, which is represented by str and int. Now there is another type of data that we have covered, which is floating point 2.34. So if we run that, we get that this is float. So also we have one more type of data that Python provides you, that is the true and false without the quotes. If you put within quotes, it will be treated as str. Now if I have tried true, that is boolean, and if I try the same thing with false, it will be giving me class boolean. True corresponds to value 1 and false corresponds to value 0. As you can see, I have here created a table with some sample value and the type, so you can go through them to understand which type of data represents what type. Then we have the important function called round, that rounds up to the nearest integer value. So it will give you the integer value that is nearest on the number line. Suppose if I am using the round of 19.6, it will return me 20. And if I am using something less than or equal to decimal 5 point, then it will return me 19. So you can just wrap them around print function to get the both of them output in the shell. That would be helpful while getting both the outputs. So then we have the max function and min function. Max function generally takes 2 arguments, a minimum of 2 arguments. If you pass less than 2 arguments, it will throw error for integer, but for string it can accept 1 argument, and for numbers it will max will return the maximum number. Suppose if I am printing the max of 3, 1 and 5, then it will print 5, which is the maximum number. And but if I am printing max of A, B, C, then it will return C, which is the highest number. So, and then if I do print max of ABC comma XYZ, it will return me XYZ, which is the alphabetically sorted last value. Same thing happens reverse in case of min. So if I do print min 3, 1, 5, it will give me 1. Now if I try that on a character, print min of ABC, then it will give me output as A, whereas it gave output as C in time of max. Also, if I do print max of ABC and then print of XYZ, in that case it will give me XYZ. Sorry, it's not max, it's min. So it will give ABC instead of XYZ. So this is how we get the max and min function output. So function is something that will take something as input and return you something as output. Suppose our ceiling fan, this is a function. I mean, it takes the electrical energy as input and provides mechanical energy as output. So this is how a function behaves. So here function takes something as input, which we call as argument. Here suppose the max function is taking 2 inputs, 2 arguments, and providing you a single output, which is the result. So that is all for today's session. we will cover more of the topics in the coming session. Please let me know if you have any queries in the comment sections, and please also let us know if there are any improvements that we can make in the comment section. And please do like, share and subscribe our channel so that we can grow better and provide you more beautiful content like this. Thank you.